since you picked the last category, Jordan, go ahead and pick. What do you want to talk about? We've got.
Let's get comic books.
All right, seems a pro pink one for you to pick that one.
How could I not?
Best comic book of 2015.
So personally, I'll start. I didn't read anything current. I don't, zero things current. I don't read anything. I read the very first 20 episodes of Fantastic Four.
That was in preparation.
1962.
Best comic of 1962.
I read some old 90s X-Men comics, and that's basically pretty much all I've read recently. Besides Old Man Logan. And I really was not thinking I would love that story, and we talked about it previously.
Yes, we did talk about it.
But actually, that was a really good one. It was just a totally different point of view for looking at the superhero world. Because if you're following Marvel, I mean, it's a world. It's a universe. You know the stories, and you get upset when people don't. Fanboys that get mad when they don't follow it. Stop changing it, man. Professor X is bald. What are you doing? I understand getting upset. They're messing with what you know. This was a wipe of everything you know in a way that made sense, and it was cool.
Right.
And in the X-Men 90s cartoon and stuff, they had that future stuff where all the X-Men are dead, and there's that
Days
future
of Future
episodes.
Past.
I was never a fan of that future. Old Man Logan future, I'm a fan.
Post-apocalyptic style, right?
Sentinels are stupid. Sentinels is the worst cop-out enemy ever.
Yeah, it's just a giant robot.
And then it's it's a giant robot enemy that adapts to everything. It's okay, fine. My guy beats robots that adapt to everything. He adapts to that. It's like saying infinity when you're a little kid. It's a stupid concept. There's no weakness. It's just dumb. Right. I hate the Sentinels. So
I will say real quick, the Sentinel thing, they did a good job in the movies, because that part, it was the very beginning, when the Sentinels are in, and they kind of give it all the side characters, the B characters, their little deaths, when they kill Iceman and they kill all those people. They did a good job with that, I think. But
it looks cool, but I hate the concept.
Right. It's just too powerful. It's like fighting Superman. Right?
Exactly.
Right. That's why you don't like Superman.
Just watching them rip Iceman's head off. Well, this is fun. This is why I came to see a movie. I can see one of my most beloved characters is to get his head ripped off. I'm so happy about this future. No, I didn't like that future. And even though the Old Man Logan has something similar, because it's all the bad guys taking over and all the good guys are dead, it still has all the bad guys, and it's fun.
Right.
And it's cool to see those rivalries and that battle over territory. I don't know. I enjoyed those comics a lot. So that's my favorite, even though it was 2009, I think.
Hey, whatever.
But that's my favorite of 2015.
That's actually my my New Year's resolution is to read more comics. I didn't read enough comics this year. The thing that I've always done is I'll usually read. I think we've talked about it when they take a series of comics and then they're hardbound. Yeah, throw them in a. And one of them was that came out, which is, this is technically one I read a long time ago, but they did come out with a hardbound copy of the volume 1 was Sweet Tooth. I've talked to you guys about this.
Yep. Yeah.
So that's my best comic of 2015 because it came out this year. Volume 1 came out this year. It's set in a post-apocalyptic world, but it's the main character is Gus, and he lives kind of in a reservation, but in this post-apocalyptic world, there was a big plague that kind of took out everybody. And then the people that are immune to the plague are called hybrids, and they're half human, half some animal. So Gus is half animal, half deer. He has these big antlers that come out of his head. And he's raised by his dad in this shelter in the woods. And he basically tells his son, you can never leave. If you leave, he gives him this crazy story of hellfire and brimstone if you leave this room. But of course, one day he's out, or something happens to his dad and he gets killed, and then he has to leave because he's well, there's nothing here. And then a story ensues, and it's a really sad comic. Again, we talked about with Wolverine or Old Man Logan. It's really graphic. There's a lot of graphic stuff in this comic book too. It's Jeff Lemire, I believe is his last name. He does a lot of comics. He's by far my favorite writer. He does a good job of balancing adult theme with fun. You know what I mean? There needs to be fun in comics.
For sure.
What is it called when you get rid of I don't know what I'm thinking of.
The fourth wall.
Not the fourth wall, but giving that wouldn't happen in real life. That coincidence wouldn't happen. I don't know.
You mean Dr. Doom attaching a device to the bottom of a building and throwing it into space?
Yes, it's just I
That's
enjoy
what he does in the 6th episode.
But that's what I'm saying is I enjoy that too. That it recognizes that it is in a comic book world. But it is sad, and it was one of the few comic books at the very end that was such a good ending, and I won't, of course, ruin it for anybody. But I recommend everybody check out Volume 1, or you can check out the full series. It's been out for a few years, but you can find out that Volume 1 of the bundles, it's called Sweet Tooth. So, Gerald. What's your comic book of 2015?
Well, unlike you jerks, I read comics that were relevant to this year. Unfortunately, they were just Star Wars comic books, so I don't have a lot of variety here. But out of all the different Star Wars comic books that have come out this year, I think there were like 5 or 6 different lines, different series. The main Star Wars series was my favorite this year. With Darth Vader being second, mainly because as someone who appreciates Star Wars canon and wants to know everything about what's official and what's going on.
Why?
Right?
They're just going to change it on you.
God, I hope not.
Someone else is gonna. I will make enough money to buy it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be like, my fan fiction is now canon.
Oh, it's some of the EU. Bring it back.
Wolverine shows up in the Star Wars universe.
Anyway, the Star Wars comic book fills in what happens after the Death Star is destroyed, after New Hope, and before Empire. So it fills in a lot of that stuff. What's going on? Luke, going off of some planet, trying to find some old Jedi temple to figure out what being a Jedi means, and like all this different stuff. Han Solo had a wife, that kind of stuff.
Kind of a big reveal.
Yeah, so it's just filling a lot of those gaps. It's kind of cool to see where they go outside of the movies. So that's my favorite.
You say Han Solo having a wife's a big deal? I mean, didn't we assume that was gonna happen?
No,
he had a wife before Princess Leia.
Oh, prior.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it turns out,
don't ruin anything. Okay. That's enough. That's a big enough.
Her last name's Solo. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
But yeah, really good. Definitely check it out if you're into that.
Knowing how this Jedi universe works, it's probably his sister.
But I read a few of those. The one I did enjoy, it was the Leia one, because I think in the movies, I mean, she's I liked him because it kind of created Leia was more of a badass. I mean, she was like, she was always, she's giving it to Vader and also Tarkin when she's like, oh, I could tell your stench from a mile away when she's talking to him. Like, she's got a little bit of sass, but she's definitely like, she can hold her own. You know what I mean? And it was good to see that in the comic books, because she really doesn't get that in the original trilogy, to be honest. I mean, it was nice to see.
She takes away the gun and shoots the garbage chute thing. That was badass.
No, I know.
And the garbage chute fly boy.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, she got more of that in the comic books, which was cool. And she had a cool little storyline, what she was trying to do. But I think generally it did a good job of filling some of those gaps.
Did you expect her to just be washing dishes in those comic books or what?
No, but I figured it'd be like gold bikini or something like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like something silly. But it was good. It was very, very good. All right. Anything else? Or we want to get to more prizes?
More prizes.
Come on down.
Who cares about this award stuff?
All right, here we go. This next one's a good one. $50 Amazon gift card from Secret Fun Sauce.
Oh, snap.
Check out all their stuff at secretfunsauce.com. They're going to be giving a gift card away to... So
much suspense. All right.
Here we go. Who is it?
This is Danielle Space S.
Nice. Danielle S.
Danielle Money. Is that an S?
No, it's not a money sign. It's an S.
Oh,
Danielle
okay.
S.
Danielle Money is cool. Too.
Nice. All right. So then, we got to give away more. We got way too much stuff. Okay.
It's Jordan's turn.
Oh yeah, Jordan. Here, Jordan. The next one we're going to be giving away.
Your fate in my hand.
It's a copy. It's a copy of Seven Wonders from Card Hoss. This is so perfect for Jordan to give away. CardHoss.com.
Hoss. Marcella M.
Nice. Marcella M gets a copy of Card Hoss. Card Hoss is going to give us a copy of Seven Wonders.
Address to play that game too.
I have a copy of it. Don't worry. We can play. All right. The next one we're going to give away is Rumble Cards. This is from Heavy Meta Games. You can check out the Rumble Cards at heavymetagames.com. They're giving a copy away to LEC. LEC. Nice.
Good job, LEC. LE Space C.
Some of them were on Facebook. Some of them were on Twitter. So some of them just as their names.
I'm guessing that they weren't lucky enough to get their names on Twitter. So it's probably Facebook.
Yeah, it was Facebook.
It's FB. So
yeah, exactly.
Wow.
See, I even wrote down. See, I'm very efficient, you guys. I do my homework on this podcast. All right, so next category.
Just get to show up.
I want to do the next category because the next category is best board game of 2015. I will start.